Hi there, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and we're designandtechtips.com. We got a great fun one for you today. Divi has added yet another new module and it's called a tooltip. I've got an image here. If I roll over it, you'll see it's got a bit of info that pops up there. We've done this with the tooltip. It's got a title, it's got a bit of content. I've added a row inside it and just put another little title there and a call to action button. Now, we've done this sort of thing before using interactions and hiding and showing modules, but the tooltip allows you to do all that without any interactions at all. And it's a great little feature, nice interactive way of adding stuff to your site. And it'll work on any module, of course. So let's get started. I've got this page open here. Let's just add one to this big title up here. So what I'm going to do, whatever module it is you want to add it to, just click on that module. As you can see, we're in the heading module here. And what we have to do is actually add the tooltip to it. To do that, go to Content. Great new Divi 5 feature. You'll find elements down below here. Left click. We can add an element. And funnily enough, we're going to add a tooltip if we roll down. Now, if you don't see it in there, upgrade your Divi to the latest version. As you can see, it's popped that on the top of our little heading up there. Now, of course, put in what you want it to say. If you want to link it to somewhere, you can do so underneath. Just put in a link where you want to take your visitors there, and it'll become a live link for you. Always best practice, if you're linking to your own site, leave it in the current tab. If not, you're linking to somebody else's site, open it in a new tab. That way your site's going to stay open. Okay, we can change the background color of it just down here. It's got that standard black on there, but of course you can change it to anything you want. Change it to a blue. Now, if you're using looped content, you can choose featured image titles and things like this, or headings from blog posts. We're not doing that today. But you can further design, actually over in design. Here's the tooltip itself up at the top. Now you can decide to show it on hover, you can show it on click, and you can show it on always. And you can have separate ones for each device if you want to, because of course hover effects won't work too well on tablet and mobile, but of course they can tap on it to create the same effect. Now you can choose your position. At the moment I've got it top middle. Obviously you can put it left, right, to the bottom, all these different sides, to the left there. You can actually put it on the image itself. Top left, middle, bottom middle, etc. I'm sure you get the idea. And that's a great little thing. I'm going to put it underneath, seeing as it's on the top of the page here. Now the tooltip skid is the amount that you move it in, and I'll demonstrate that when I redo this one down here in a moment. Distance is the distance it is from the actual module itself there. If I take that down, you'll see that it gets closer to the actual module there. And negative values don't have much effect. If you wanted to go further, I'm sure you could do it with some negative margin or absolute positioning. We don't want any delay. We want it to happen as soon as they put their mouse on it. If you do want to delay it, you can put a number in there. Same with the close. As soon as they take their mouse off of it, well, let's just give it half a second delay, 500 milliseconds. Now, if you want to, you can choose an arrow or choose to show an arrow by switching this on right here. As you can see, it's popped in on the top. And as with the tooltip itself, you can put it where you want, bottom, sides. As we're on the bottom, I think the top's going to work well. And you can change the arrow position by incrementing up and down, putting your own value there. And you can make it bigger or smaller with a little arrow size right there. Very easy to implement, as you can see. Let's save this, make sure it's going to work on the front end, because on the front end you won't see that at all until they hover over it. We go to our page now and just do a quick refresh. And we got our little tooltip. Should have a half a second delay when I take my mouse off. It does. Fantastic. Really nice little feature, as you see, really easy to do. And for this one down here, I added a row. For anybody that doesn't know how to do that, you can make these things as complex or as easy as you want. I'll show you exactly how. Let's go into that image now. It's a regular image. As you see, I've clicked on it. It's an image. With images, of course, you can choose to link it or open it in a lightbox. If I go back to my content and the link down here, let's open this one in a lightbox perhaps. And here's my little pop-up. Let's get rid of that. If you haven't figured it out, I'm in my image, so it's under the elements. We've added it as a new element. Let's get rid of it. And we'll do that again. I'm going to add an element. And funny enough, we're going to use our tooltip again. There it is. And as you can see by default, it's back up at the top. Let's put in the content we want. And as I mentioned, you can put in as much or as little content as you want there. Fairly reasonable size image, and I'm going to put this on top of it so we can put a reasonable amount in there. As you can see, it's sort of spread it out. A little bit of a gap. And to me, that doesn't really look good. It's sort of overspilling the left-hand side there and what have you. So I'm going to give mine a fixed width. We're in the tooltip. Going to go to the design, sizing. If we go down, I can give it a max width. Let's give it a max width of say 400 pixels. If somebody's looking on it on a smaller device than that, it can get smaller, but it won't get any bigger. And we'll put PX on the end. I think that's going to work for me. Obviously adjust yours to taste. But A, I'm not too happy with where it is. I'd kind of like to have it down here like I had it before. And B, I wanted to add some more content. Let's start with the where it is part first. We're still in the tooltip. We're in design. So if we go back up to tooltip, we've got that little grid there. I want to put it inside on the left-hand side there. That's fine. And we'll skid it out a little bit from the side. And distance from the bottom I think is all right. Let's make those the same. Let's make this one 8. Again, let's give it perhaps half a second delay on the close. I quite like that. Don't think I need to use the arrow for this particular one as it's on the image itself. But as I mentioned earlier, I do want to add a bit more content. So I'm sure a lot of you are ahead of me to add more content, a row with 2 columns that I'm going to put in there. I'm going to go back to content. Yep, we're going to go down to elements again. You guessed it. I'm going to add an element inside it. I'm going to add a row this time. I'm going to have 2 columns in my row. In the first one, well, let's just have a little text module. And we'll say test. And then on another line, let's say drive. You can't see it because it's dark writing on a dark background there. Let's go over to our design. Here's our text. It's regular text right here. I'm going to take it up a bit inside. Well, let's make it a color. You can see it first by adding the color. There we go. Let's just make it a little bit bigger, maybe 22 pixels. That's great. And I'm going to make it uppercase. And in our second column here, I'm going to add a button. So I'm going to click on the plus again. There's a button right there. I want it to say book now. And we'll make that a different color so it stands out a bit. All I'm going to do, I'm in the button. I'm going to go to design. Here's the button. I'm going to go down to the text. Let's make it a color we can actually see. Let's use that nice light blue shade we created with our palette. And of course, I skipped over this, but you want to go to content and link to add a link to your button, wherever it is you want to take your visitors. Great. Well, let's save this. And we'll refresh our preview here. And of course, we've got it on that heading up the top there, the huge heading. And on our image right here, if I hover over, you've got it popping up there. They can read the writing, the title, the other title down here, and a call to action button. They can click on it and book a test drive if they want to. And there should be a little delay when I mouse off of half a second. And this should also open in a lightbox. Perfect. As I mentioned earlier, this will work with any module. I just happen to be using images for this today. But that is yet another really nice feature that they've added to Divi 5 here. Great. So there we have it, guys. There's the great new Tooltip module. Really easy to use, nice little interactive feature to have on your site. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below, either about Divi 4 or Divi 5. Divi 4's still being supported for almost another year now, and it's working fine. A lot of my client sites are still on Divi 4. But of course, you miss out on the great new features of Divi 5 if you're not using it. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.